Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hartford Whalers expansion franchise here on NHL 24. In the last episode, we started year 3, although we kicked it off in disappointing fashion, and that might even be an understatement. We fell 4-1 against the San Jose Sharks, who were one of the worst teams in the league last season, but they've now started 4-0-2. They have a nice young core there, especially at forward. We then dropped 4 more, including one shootout loss. So we were 0-4-1 until we finally got a win in our last game in the previous episode as we defeated Boston 4-3. Today we'll sim these first 3 games here at Arizona, at New York, and then at Calgary. And then we'll take over here versus Philly, who has the number 1 overall pick, Jyrkii Kontinen. And he had franchise level potential. So we'll get our first look at him as he's set to just terrorize the Metro in the coming years. Arizona comes in at 3-3, and we do have Peter Mrazek in for his second start of the season. Arizona jumps up 1-0, a power play goal, and our special teams have just not played well throughout the series, especially to start this season. We do tie it up, however. A lot of goals here in the last 5 minutes. Brock Besser made it 1-1. Sean Durzi made it 2-1 Arizona, and then Leo Carlsson answers about a minute and a half later. So we'll just live sim the rest of this game, and we get an early one from the captain, Andrew Mangiapane. Arizona failed to score on that power play, and now less than 13 as Dvorsky, and then Scheifele answers right back, so Dvorsky scores, and then Lindell gets on the board as well, so a flurry of goals here. Arizona on another power play, we do kill it off, and then Foligno gets in on the action, so 3 goals here to close so far, and there's still a couple of minutes left, and there we go. Hartford wins back-to-back games, a strong third period, outscoring Arizona 4-1, and Mrazek, his first win as a Hartford Whaler. Mangiapane, Scheifele, Lindell, and Foligno, all with goals there. Scheifele, the first star, goal, 2 assists. Besser, a goal and an apple. And Lindell, the third star, with a goal. So a good response here after a very poor start. Seelovs is injured here in the AHL. So we're going to throw in there Scott Ratzlav, I believe. Tarasov is our starter. How's he doing so far? He's 4-1, but the save percentage and the goals against is absolutely pitiful. Even worse than his NHL numbers. That's really weird. We're still winning games, though, so we must be scoring a ton of goals. And here's Scott Ratzlav. He was our 3rd-round pick, 69th overall in our inaugural Hartford Whalers entry draft class there. That was episode 2 of the entire series. He'll now be set to play in his first game here, and we'll just throw him in to start. Although Tarasov will probably take over soon after. And I guess, let's just take a look at our goal scores. We're 6-1 here in the AHL. And who's leading in goals? We have a bunch of guys here with 3. Zeb Forsvahal, he was our 4th-round pick in that draft. That included the aforementioned Ratzlav. So we'll just kick it back to the NHL here and simulate these last couple games before we jump into full game action against Philly. And now we take on the 4-2-1 New York Rangers. They were the President's Trophy winners last season and got eliminated in the first round in typical Rangers fashion. Although in present day here, they did just advance. We fall down 2-1 Zibanejad and Panarin, although Leo Carlsson scores in back-to-back games, this time on the power play. 1-1 here as Panarin gets his second, and Scheifele adds 1 as well after a good performance in our previous game. So we will live sim this third period in a 1-goal game, and hopefully we can get back into it. Jacob Markstrom is back in goal for this one, and Lafreniere gets a power play goal, and New York now up 4-2. Hartford on the power play, and that's killed off. The Rangers, of course, one of the better teams still in the NHL, is Tarapchenko, and that's the empty netter. And we fall here 5-2 against the Rangers. So we start 2-5-1, a very bad start to the season. This might even be a worse start than our expansion year, our year 1. And now we're set to face 6-2 Calgary, a very good start after a disappointing season last year. And the Flames actually signed Igor Shesterkin in the offseason, and they added Devin Tays the previous offseason, so they sent a bunch of players away, but now they're kind of bringing in more pieces. And they jump up ahead 2-0 after the first period, scoring on former goaltender Jacob Markstrom. And we do even it up there. Zadina and then Carlson. Is that his third straight goal with a third straight game with a goal? And now we'll live sim this third period, see if we can jump ahead. Carlson, we're expecting big things from his. Mangiapane gets the go-ahead goal here against his former team. And now less than 5 minutes left in regulation. Let's see if we can hold on. And we do. Good response there after falling to the Rangers. Hartford wins 3-2. Zadina a goal and an assist. Same with Carlson. Markstrom in there as a second star with 29 saves, defeating Shesterkin and his former team. So Hartford now 2-1 to start the episode. Seelovs is back. We won't throw him in quite yet. And we need a win here. I mean, Flyers have been at the bottom of the Metro every season so far in this expansion franchise. But, based on how we started, they might be surpassing us. Although we'll see how this game goes. Now we're here from the XL Center to take on the Philadelphia Flyers. Morgan Frost and Scheifele on the draw. And Philadelphia will win that opening faceoff. Andre Palat gives up to Konechny. And Konechny a quick chance here. And a good deke there. Good save by Markstrom. As Maki, a good defensive play to outman Frost there. Quick chance given up by Hartford. We'll take it the other way now. Mangiapane behind the net for Brock Besser. Back for Provorov, a shot against his former team. That goes into the corner. Mangiapane for Scheifele. And a good play there by Palat, hitting him out of the zone. Sami Maki gives to Besser. Now Besser into the zone for Maki, a shot. And that's blocked by Noah Hannafin. Newly signed. That was last season or this offseason. I can't really remember. I think it was last offseason. Frost behind the net now. Intercepted by Maki, who gives to Mangiapane. The captain gives to Scheifele. Scheifele a chance as he split some defense. Couldn't get a clean shot off there. That's Carter Hart in goal. He's had a very good season here for the Flyers so far. And a good hit there by Provorov, closing off the edge there against the boards. And Hartford takes over. Sami Maki. So we have the last two number one overall picks in this game. Sami Maki for Hartford and Jyrkii Kontinen for Philly. That's intercepted in the neutral zone by Brock Besser. He leads the team in points so far as we're now in game number 10. Leo Carlson dances into the zone. Carlson was able to keep possession, although he couldn't feed Zadina in front. Now Zadina fighting for it against Travis Sanheim. And he does win the puck battle there, although Sanheim takes it back and gives to Mantha. Mantha works his way into the zone. He gets some space. Now back for Borgen. Borgen for Mantha. In the slot, he's hit by Zadina. His shot goes over the net. Now Carlson taking it up. Nice feed over there for Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson works his way in front using the body. And there's Jyrkii Kontinen, number 94, as Couturier takes it up for Philly. Now here's Kontinen in front as Markstrom able to close that one off. Jyrkii Kontinen, a franchise caliber player according to the NHL draft boards last season. As you see there, Andre Palat among the league leaders in hits. Not that we got unlucky winning the draft lottery in our year one offseason, where we then selected Sami Maki, but it would have been much better if we had a player of the caliber of Kontinen. It's kind of like a draft where, you get Ovechkin or Crosby or McDavid, opposed to a draft where you get like a Nico Hischier. Still a very good player, but he's just not that franchise type guy. Vrana now chase in front, and that goes through the 5-hole. What are we doing? We're just letting these guys skate right in and get a chance. So far, our team just has not looked, I don't know what it is, but something's missing. You see Orlov there. What are we doing? He doesn't even offer any defense, and not even a hard shot. It looked like it might have deflected off a stick and in front and bounces through the 5-hole of Markstrom. And the Flyers take a quick 1-0 lead here. And Couturier and Morgan Frost, the leading points getters here for the Flyers thus far. Now Nick Paul in the draw against Scott Lawton, of course a former Flyer, as he'll win that. Victor Arvidsson, his pass intercepted. Now battling for it, Nick Paul with it, as he'll enter the zone for Philly. Nice steal there, as Arvidsson now takes it in for Hartford. A chance in front for Evans, a good feed from Victor Arvidsson. A good stop there from Carter Hart, really our first chance so far in this game, about 9 minutes in. Now Sam Steele out there on centers, he gets outmanned off the draw. And he's been struggling to get going here, playing on our fourth line to open the season. Joel Farabee for Kulich. And Farabee, another chance off a feed. And he scores, and he'll dive to the ice. Flyers with a quick 2-0 lead. And yeah, like I've been saying, I don't know what's going on with this team. Last season, we were just playing great hockey. And this year, we're looking like a bottom 3 team. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. And Orlov again, like, what are we doing? That's the Orlov-Sean Walker defensive pairing, and Orlov is looking lost out there. Granted, he has suffered some regression since we signed him in the opening of year 0 offseason back in episode 2. Now in a contract year, he's definitely not going to be back next season, but he's just really not offering much at all. Philly with it off the faceoff. Farabee off an Owen Tippett pass. Good play there by Tyson Barrie, another defenseman who's kind of suffering some regression. So our defensive unit, our blue line, will probably look a little different next season, if not by the trade deadline or even prior to that. Foligno back to the point for Lindell, a rip. And that's snatched by the glove of Carter Hart. Effortless save on that one. Sam Steele on the draw again, loses that one. Nolan Patrick pokes it. Playing here against his former team, which selected him 2nd overall a few years back. I guess more than a few years at this point in time, as we're now in 2025 in this franchise. Loose puck still in Philly zone, and they'll finally get it out there. Here's Owen Tippett. Tippett now along the boards, working into the center. A slap shot there, a good save by Markstrom, and Tippett does have a very good shot. Tyson Barrie taking it up. He enters for Hartford. Tries to dance his way in, closed off by Cam York, who's really come along here in the last couple seasons. And this Flyers team, a very young team, but now with some years to play together. You know, Sanheim, York, Konechny, Farabee, Tippett, and then you got Couturier, as he now has the puck. In front for Mantha, that might have been blocked. All these young guys have had a chance to play together, as Mark Scheifele will bring in his shot, and a save by Carter Hart. So, you know, another two or three seasons together under their belt. They now have Jyrkii Kontinen, number 94 there, out in the ice, and he might be the missing piece they need to kind of propel them. It kind of reminds me of the Flyers currently. You know, they missed the playoffs, although they had a very good season. I'm a realistic, diehard Flyers fan, and I knew they kind of had really no shot at making the playoffs. Although, you know, they battled all the way to the end, and I'll certainly take that. And now we have that Russian prospect Matvei Michikov coming over in a few years, and I feel like that's kind of be what Kontinen is for the Flyers in this expansion franchise. So enough of that sidebar. We have now a delayed penalty for Philadelphia. Hartford a chance, and Scheifele got that off of Brock Besser mishandle. But a pad save there from Hart. Now 4:44 in the first, as Captain Couturier will head to the box, the first penalty in this game. Now Hartford on the power play for the first time, a unit which has struggled throughout this franchise. Philly wins that draw as Nick Paul gets it out. Caught there in the neutral zone by Zadina, although Konechny will overtake him and take it the other way. Borgen a rip, and that's blocked. Now Tom Wilson over for Sam Steele. Steele newly signed from the Stanley Cup winning Minnesota Wild. As now Konechny develops a breakaway. Konechny, he's denied by Markstrom. Lawton now peels up ice. That's Tom Wilson, makes a man miss, skates it into the zone. His pass intercepted by Borgen, who will clear it out. And another pass there for Konechny, and a good play from Provorov, his former teammate, to close him off on that one. And now here's Scott Lawton to Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson tried to get it back to Lawton, as he does slam Hanifin to the ice. Another clear from Philly, now less than 25 seconds for Hartford. Provorov kicks it up the boards, and that's taken up by Kulich. Now Zadina to Lawton. Lawton skating it up. Now on the side, peels back. Works his way to the front. Tried to get that for Tom Wilson. And now Kulich picks it up. That was a weird one from Hartford. Sanheim takes it up as the Flyers kill off the power play. Zadina, I think that was Zadina with a hard hit there. Probably Tom Wilson as they kind of combine there against the boards. Tom Wilson now with it in the neutral zone. Tom Wilson skating it up. Got Sam Steele there. He scores! I mentioned earlier how Sam Steele has not got going here. And his first goal is a Hartford Whaler off a nice Tom Wilson feed. And Wilson was very active on that shift, stemming from that power play. And he's been an imposing force here so far this season. A good play there by Steele to finish short side on the forehand. And the Hartford Whalers cut the deficit in half with their first goal of the game. And there's Tom Wilson now tied for second. And I think I said earlier, Besser led in points, but now it's Scheifele with 12. So Besser and Tom Wilson second on the team with 10 points. And the aforementioned Besser couldn't really handle that one. Now Mantha will take it in for Philly, closed off by Tyson Barrie. Although Mantha uses that body, and he shoots it wide. Kontinen now back for Merrill. In front for York. And a good deke there, but even better adjustment by Markstrom to save that one. Merrill now along the boards. Tyson Barrie will pick that up. Now a few seconds here for Hartford. Time for one last rush. Mangiapane, his shot into the corner. A rebound here. And that's going to do it. Flyers had 2 quick goals early on, but Hartford responds following a penalty kill from Philly. And Sam Steele, his first goal here as a member of the Hartford Whalers. Now we're set here to start the second period, and that goal from Steele gives us some energy and some life as we win this second period opening draw. Mangiapane hit into the bench, and that was a hard, vicious hit there. I'm not even sure who that was quite yet. As Konechny will take it up. He's been a force in this game, really showing his speed. Besser will pick that up as he gives to Sami Maki. Sami Maki enters, and that's offside. Scheifele and Frost now on the draw as Scheifele wins another one to start this period. Provorov tried to hit a man, intercepted by Konechny. He'll give it out for Palat, although Sami Maki able to pick that one up. Now gives to Besser. Besser for Scheifele. Scheifele outmanned there by Frost for a second, although he does retaliate a little bit, but Flyers take it out of the zone. Here's Hannafin working his way in. Hannafin in front, a backhand chance saved by Markstrom. And now Mangiapane with some space going the other way. Mangiapane poked away into the corner, picks it back up, works his way in front of shot, kick save from Carter Hart. And Couturier hit hard there. I think that was Tom Wilson as Kontinen battling there with Sami Maki, the last 2 first overall picks, as I mentioned earlier, and Philly a delayed penalty here. Let's see if Hartford can get something going and avoid scoring on ourselves. Scheifele takes it in as nothing doing there. Another power play here for Hartford as Couturier again will head back to the box, and you know Tortorella is not going to like that. The Whalers now head to another power play. Let's see if we can convert this time. One back to Barrie, now Arvidsson to the side of the net for Steele. Steele for Lawton. Wilson in front, they score! Tic-tac-toe in front, a face-off win, and we're back square here. Tom Wilson, his 3rd goal of the season, and he's been very, very good. We signed him last year along with Mark Scheifele, although Tom Wilson not as good of a season, but he's been maybe our best player so far to start this year 3 campaign. I like this angle here, as Carter Hart did get some body on it, but not enough as it does bounce into the net. Now all square here at 2. Leo Carlsson wins that draw. Tom Wilson takes it back in looking for another, although he turns it over. Gets it right back. Zadina now. Zadina back for Barrie, a good pass. And he's taken out by Mantha. So that's going to bring Hartford right back to the power play. And a rare time here where we've committed 0 penalties compared to our opponent now. 3 for the Flyers. And usually we're the ones getting all the calls. A blatant trip there. You see that sometimes here in NHL. The player will just give up the body trying to block the shot. And then he ultimately takes out the man and it results in a tripping penalty. Lawton wins the draw here. We've been very strong on the faceoff circle to start this second period. Arvidsson there for Lawton right in front. Great pass. And he's denied. Arvidsson now a chance, and that's gloved by Hart. Now 140 here on the power play for Hartford, and they win another draw. Scott Lawton as Arvidsson gives back to the point. Sam Steele a chance off a nice Tom Wilson feed, and the Flyers clear the zone. Farabee, he'll catch that one, a chance now. And he shoots wide. That was a nice shot from Joel Farabee. Back for Merrill at the point, over to York. Vetrano. Now behind the net, loose puck picked up by Tyson Barrie, now held up against the boards. Kicks that around into the corner. Arvidsson. Up the boards for Tom Wilson now. Wilson feeds Sam Steele, and that goes wide. Some congestion in front altered that shot. Now in the neutral zone, picked up by Tom Wilson. Less than 30 seconds here on this power play. Scott one in front for Wilson. He shoots, he scores! Tom Wilson, have yourself a day. And this power play looking pretty good, if I do say so myself, after I was bashing them early on. What a feed there by Scott Lawton. Through the hit, diving to the ground, able to get it off for Wilson. And again, it hits right off Carter Hart and gets into the back of the net. Tom Wilson, his second goal, third point. And both of those goals on the power play. He now ties Mark Scheifele, I believe, for the team leader in points. And Leo Carlsson now on the draw against Nick Paul. And the Flyers finally get a face-off win. Although Vetrano turns it over, now picked up by Paul, and he'll take it in for the Flyers. Paul still with it. Vetrano a chance. Save, poked away. Nick Paul back with it. Back for Jacob Vrana now. As Lindell steals that one. Zadina taking it up for the Whalers now. Zadina stalls. In front for Carlson, and a glove save by Hart. And that was a nice shot by Carlson, and he knows he just got snagged. Good resilience and fight from our Hartford Whalers after trailing 2-0 early. And Tyson Barrie rip goes just wide off the faceoff. They now lead 3-2. Lindell off the pad there of Hart. And it looks like Philly will head back to the penalty. This is absolutely absurd. That shot was blocked, picked up by Morgan Frost. And Bjork will go to the box. Now 4 Philadelphia penalties. None for Hartford. We're not even halfway through this game. Now the Whalers go to another power play. And this is kind of getting old. Tyson Barrie's shot blocked in front. Noah Hannafin clears the zone. Now Hannafin takes it in. A backhand chance, just getting something on net. Only 10 shots on net for Philly so far. They'll get a defensive zone faceoff for Hartford. Still on the power play. Nick Paul wins that back to the point. Sanheim poked away. Tom Wilson looking for his third. Will be his first hat trick as a member of the Hartford Whalers. Provorov hit off the puck. Now Zadina. And he's hit off the puck as well. Sanheim imposing his physical presence here. Now Paul gets for Kulich. Now just 40 seconds here on this power play. Kulich back from Nick Paul. Chance pad save there by Markstrom. Can't be allowing those opportunities on the power play for Hartford. Tom Wilson working his way in. A pass over. And that's a goal. Sam Steele. And Tom Wilson and Steele each with a pair now. And Wilson is helping him out. The primary assist on both Steele goals here. And our third power play goal of the game. Nice backhand finish and easy feed from Wilson in front. And Hartford, 4 unanswered goals here. And Philly just has to stay out of the penalty box. So now 9:26 left. Already 6 goals in this game. Scheifele wins the draw. Besser, his pass intercepted by Kontinen. He's hit off the puck by Scheifele. And now Sami Maki with it. Kontinen giving chase. Now Mangiapane in his own zone. Mangiapane a feed up there for Besser. Besser along the boards. Front for Mangiapane, a rip right in front. Kick save away into the corner by Hart. Provorov now hit off the puck. Mantha almost was able to get a breakaway the other way, but Sami Maki, some good instincts there to pick it up. Mangiapane now back in front. A tough angle shot as Hart closed that one down. And Mark Scheifele, a charging call, and Philly finally gets their first power play. Now our first look at this Hartford Whalers penalty kill as Jake Evans wins that draw. Former Flyer Sean Walker clears the zone. Mantha with it. Fends off Mangiapane. Now Farabee will enter. Nice pass over for Vetrano, a shot. And Markstrom got the glove on that one. Lindell now with it behind the net. As Cam York keeps it in. Evans will recover and take it out. Although Cam York with it gives to Farabee, entering the zone for Philly. A rip there from Vetrano on the one-timer. And again, Markstrom got a glove on it. Now Jake Evans able to clear it into Philly territory. Less than a minute on this power play. Farabee over for Mantha. Mantha enters for the Flyers. Frost now in front. And maybe one extra pass there. They turn it over. Hartford now dumps it in. Mantha over for Farabee. Bounce pass off the wall. Jake Evans with it, tries to get a rip off. And good recovery there by the Flyers, not allowing a shot on goal. Farabee now, a last rush here on the power play. Frost over to Farabee. A tough shot there as it's closed off by the pad of Markstrom. Penalty killed. 5:10 left in the second. We're back at even strength. Flyers win that one. A timely offensive zone draw. A quick shot saved by Markstrom. And he's recovered well in this game after allowing those two early on. Scott Lawton. Looks like he might have been pushed down or tripped up, but no call. And we will take the no call. Too many penalties in this game. Hannafin up for Konechny. Konechny over to the angle. Now Frost in front. Loses the handle. Konechny back with it in front. A good save by Markstrom. Now Jake Evans takes it up. He's very tired. Still out there from the penalty kill. Evans, he's hit hard. Now Arvidsson with it. And Evans slow to get up. Behind the net for Karlsson. He can't get it. Now Palat for Frost. Over to Hannafin. Hannafin leading the charge. Battling there, Provorov. Borgen a rip. And that's blocked by Sami Maki. Now behind the net is Hannafin. Karlsson over there to aid in the back check. And that shot will break the glass. We'll have a draw. Karlsson out there against Nick Paul. And Karlsson wins that one. A strong start here in his third season for the number 4 overall pick of the 2024 entry draft. Or I'm sorry, that was the 2023, correction. Zadina with it. Loose puck against the boards, picked up by Borgen. But Toronto hit hard at center ice by Wilson, although he does enter for Philly. Loose puck intercepted by Karlsson. Now Wilson leading the charge here for the Whalers. Works his way towards the net. A quick rip. A great shot and chance created by Wilson. A good save by Hart. And now Steele back with it. Steele for Tom Wilson. Another chance. And Steele and Wilson. Maybe we got to get these guys as line mates more than just on the power play. Now Steele leading the fourth line here on the draw against Kulich, as that's won by the Flyers. Intercepted in front by Foligno. A chance in the slot as Carter Hart catches that one, plays it. And that will do it here in the second period. 3 goals by the Hartford Whalers, all in the power play. And we now lead 4-2 heading into the third. Now we're set here to begin the third period. And hopefully Hartford can keep up this strong play. Scheifele wins that opening faceoff, although Frost a good play there against Provorov, a chance, and a kick save by Markstrom. He's been very strong here. Frost back for Palat, now Borgen. And Hartford takes over. Mark Scheifele there for Brock Besser. He enters for Hartford. Besser back for Scheifele in the slot, a chance, and a good blocker save by Hart. And after I was bashing our Whalers to start the game, they have now some life, some energy, and are clicking on all cylinders, it seems. Besser now with it, gives to Scheifele, over for Provorov. Provorov spins away from Palat, and a nice pass there for Mangiapane. Now a chance for Hartford, back for Scheifele, as that Palat will take that, and a breakaway for Palat. And a good save there by Markstrom, just some huge saves from our goaltender in this game. Couturier pushed over as he got a couple of chances there. Markstrom saves an easy one. Now 17 minutes left in the period. Karlsson on the draw as Couturier gets the better of him on that one. Loose puck into the corner for Mantha. Now Couturier in front for Hannafin. Back for Mantha. His shot through traffic. Blockered away by Markstrom. Now into the corner as Jyrkii Kontinen kicks it to Leo Karlsson. And now Tom Wilson will take it out for Hartford. Wilson dumps it in. And that's Leo Karlsson giving chase against Hannafin. Hannafin gets away. And a big hit there by Zadina. Just giving him the shoulder. Philly still with it, though, as Kontinen gives to Mantha. Now Couturier. And a good play there by Lindell. I'm sorry, that was Tyson Barrie. Now Lindell behind the net battling for it. Zadina for Tom Wilson as Philly gets a line change. Leo Karlsson enters for the Whalers. Shot blocked in front by Sanheim. And now Tom Wilson battling for it as Karlsson will pick it up. Karlsson back for Lindell. His shot and a glove save by Carter Hart. 13:53 now left in the third as Lawton wins that back for Orlov. Orlov held up against the board, so he'll kick it to a teammate. It's Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson over for Sean Walker to Orlov. Orlov works his way towards the front. Back for Walker. And his pass intercepted. Jacob Vrana taking it the other way. And a hard hit there. I think that might have been Jake Evans delivering the boom on that one. Now loose puck picked up by Orlov. Orlov up for Arvidsson. Arvidsson with it in the zone. Poked away by Sandheim. Arvidsson still battling for it. Now Lawton some space as Sandheim gets the better of him on that one-on-one. Farabee now. And that's another offside. Oh, I thought that was an offside. As Lawton now for Hartford. And a shot, and that's gloved by Hart. He's been very active in this game. Now our top line back out there. Scheifele on the faceoff, and he'll win that back for Provorov. Now Maki. Sami Maki loses it. Picked up by Mangiapane as that trickles out of the zone. Now Provorov for Maki. Up for Brock Besser now. Besser centering pass for Provorov, a shot, and that's off the pad of Hart. He almost beat him there on the forehand. Bounce pass picked up by Provorov in the neutral zone. Provorov still with it. Turns away from a man. Now Scheifele tried a centering pass for Mangiapane, and Tippett will now take it the other way for Flyers. Dumps that in, picked up by Provorov as the Whalers will get it out. Provorov now up, intercepted in the neutral zone. That's dumped in by the Flyers. Sami Maki will pick it up. Hit there by Farabee. And now Provorov over for Scheifele. Brock Besser now as he skates past Frost, although he can't skate past Cam York. York levels him there against the boards by the Flyers bench. Merrill now with it. Just 8 minutes left. Hartford, I think, doing a good job at just killing the clock here. Nolan Patrick forces the turnover, and he gives it to Mangiapane, who creates a chance in front. Mangiapane's had a few chances right in front of the net in this game. Now Konechny for the Flyers. Gets to Palat, a shot. Another pad save by Markstrom. Showing the flexibility on that one. In front for Konechny. He can't get a clean shot off. That's corralled by Markstrom. And now just 6:38 left. Now Steele out there against Couturier. And Couturier, a very strong face-off man. Borgen a chance and an easy glove save there by Markstrom. Maybe not easy, but he certainly made it look easy. Another draw here as Couturier wins another one against Steele. Hanifin a chance in front. His shot, a quick shot there from Hanifin. And again, Markstrom flashing the leather. Again, we'll have Couturier versus Steele. And Couturier 3-0 on this sequence. Kontinen a shot, and that's off the post. Now Borgen from the point. Good play there by Patrick to force it loose. Picked up by Couturier. Back for Borgen. In front for Mantha. And again, Markstrom with a tremendous save. And Mantha, he's a good shooter, especially in that vicinity. Hartford still can't get it out. Now Couturier chase in front. Another pad save by Markstrom. Back to the point. Hanifin to Borgen. Borgen, he gets in front and scores. His third already of the season. And you don't see many, you don't see him score too much, especially, on the defensive side of things. And we see Nolan Patrick there just kind of let him skate up and get that chance. Should have been a little more assertive there. And Markstrom, a ton of good saves, but, another kink in the armor there. So with all those rushes Philly was getting, all those chances, it was just a matter of time before they got one to fall. Couturier, another face-off win as Mantha will take it in. Back for Hanifin. Now a centering pass goes astray. Borgen for Couturier. For Hanifin. He'll skate in. A nice block there in front by Carlson. Flyers do recover. Mantha back for Hanifin. A rip. And a glove save by Markstrom. We need to give him a rest here. Now 3:28. Can we get a face-off win? And we finally do. We've owned the face-off circle the majority of this game, although Couturier really helped the Flyers battle back there. A chance for Evans in front off a good Arvidsson feed. Arvidsson back with it and a save by Hart. Offensive zone draw here for the Whalers, and Lawton a good effort there. Although the Flyers do pick it up. Hanifin now held up against the boards. Hartford takes over in the neutral zone. Now loose puck at center ice. Picked up by Palat. Now just 2 minutes left of regulation. Palat takes it in for the Flyers. Now behind the net, gets it there for Frost. Frost back for Borgen. Over to Hanifin. Try to hit Konechny there. Konechny does pick it up there. Pass for Borgen. Back for Hanifin. And a good block there in front by Evans. Flyers still with it. They've owned offensive zone time here in this period. Frost turns it over as Tyson Barrie will get it out for Arvidsson. Now Lawton, just 40 seconds left here. Lawton a shot, blockered away. Now Arvidsson with it in front for Lawton. Back to the point for Lindell. His shot. And Hart got a piece of that one. Now just 25 seconds left. The Flyers pretty desperate here for a face-off win. And Couturier gets another one. They'll have a rush going the other way. Now just 20 seconds remaining. And they will pull the goalie. Now Kontinen over for Mantha. His rip stopped there by Markstrom against the post. And that leaves 14.3. And of course they'll have Couturier out there for this draw, and he'll win that back. He might be undefeated in faceoff wins. A quick chance there for the Flyers, stopped by Markstrom. Scheifele now with it. He'll get it out to Besser. Now Mangiapane. And that's going to do it here. We don't get the empty net goal, but we don't need it. As Hartford wins 4-3. Good resiliency, good fight, good battle after trailing 2-0. Markstrom, a very good performance. He was the middle of the game. He really didn't see much action, just a lot in the first, in the beginning, and then a lot there towards the end, although he weathered the storm and did enough to get Hartford the win here. A good rebound here after our initial episode of the season. We are now 3-1-0, and we'll simulate a few more here to end the episode, and then we'll call it a day. Hartford takes this one from the XL Center, 4-3, in what was a very dramatic, interesting, exciting game the entire way through. Now, following that nice victory against the Flyers, we'll just simulate probably these next 3 games here versus Washington, versus Seattle, and then I think it was at Tampa Bay. We'll do at Tampa Bay and at Montreal. The next episode we'll pick it up here on November 10th, 2025, as we'll take on the New York Islanders. Of course, they eliminated us in the second round last season and went on to represent the Eastern Conference in the Stanley Cup. So 4 more games we'll simulate before we close this episode, and we'll just try to work through them very quickly here. We're going to throw Mrazek back in a back-to-back here. Markstrom faced a ton of shots last game, so we'll give Mrazek another start. 1-0 there after the first period. I think that's Nolan Patrick's first goal of the season. And now 2-0. He gets another one with 30 seconds left. And we hang on there. Ovechkin's still kicking here in year 3. He gets a goal, the lone goal. And Mrazek, he's 2-1 now. I don't think he's given up more than 2 goals in any 3 of his starts. Great performance from him. And as I touched on last episode, even though we did just see a very good performance from Jacob Markstrom, he's now down to an 83 overall, down 2 or 3 points from what he was at last season. So that's something that's not going to get better. He's probably just going to continue to regress as this season goes on. So if Mrazek keeps up this strong play, look at that, 2-1, a .938 save percentage to 201 goals against. Maybe we'll mix him in a little bit more. But, of course, going in there every once a week, twice a week is a lot different than being the everyday goaltender. So 3 games left here. Home game here against Seattle. They're at 5-6. They were one of the worst teams last season. We go up 2-1 here. Lawton and Foligno with goals. And against Logan Thompson, their new goalie there. They signed him to a 4 or 5 year deal with the Kraken. Schwartz scores. And then we get 4 in the second, all from different goal scorers. Tom Wilson, Mangiapane, Scheifele. And they later pulled Thompson after 5. And Zadina got one against Grubauer. Now up 6-1, we get 2 more there. Sam Steele, another power play goal. It's good to see him getting going. And Mangiapane gets one as well. So 8-2 as our offense just explodes. Wilson the first star again. Of course, he was the first star in that game we just watched against the Flyers. He had 2 goals, 2 assists, and 6 hits in that one. So now we're 5-1 in this episode. A huge upgrade from how we went in the last episode to start this season. So back-to-back road games here to end it. Tampa Bay be coming with an identical record with them at 6-5-1. And I believe we hold their second-round pick this year, so we, of course, want them to do as bad as possible. A win here would be nice. And a lot of scoring here. They go up 3-2. They get a power play goal from Kucherov, one from Stamkos, as Sam Steele gets another one, already 4 here in this episode, and Arvidsson gets one as well. They get another one there, so 4-2 heading into the third. And we tie it up. Lawton a goal and Leo Carlsson a goal. So we'll just live sim this overtime and see if we can get our first extra regulation, our first non-regulation win of the season. So now we'll go to a shootout, and we get the win in the shootout. That's what I'm talking about. A good comeback win here against the Lightning. Carlsson the first star, a goal and an assist in this one. So 6-1 in this episode, and I was a little worried there after our start. I thought last season we kind of overperformed a little bit, and I kind of expected us to come down a little bit. But right now we're at the top of the Metro, in what is going to be a super competitive division, as it's been throughout this series. So now we'll put Mrazek in after that shootout game. I believe Markstrom was in net for that one. Yes, he was. So, yeah, after a shootout, now a back-to-back. Markstrom's 35. We can't really be overdoing it with him. Not that Mrazek's much younger, but, we're only throwing him out there once or twice a week. So we'll see if Mrazek can continue this good play in his backup role. 1-1 there. Newhook, that's someone I really wanted in free agency, but Montreal re-signed him. He gets one early, and then Zadina gets one right off the next face-off. He scores 7 seconds later. And then we jump up 3-1. Brock Besser and Marcus Foligno with goals. And we can't close, though. Anderson gets one and Newhook gets one as well as they tie it up. So Newhook with 2 goals. We'll live sim this overtime and see if we can pull it out. We got the shootout win, and now we get the overtime win. Sami Maki, last year's #1 overall pick, his first goal of the season, and he's the second star in this one. So is that 7-1 in this episode, and I feel a lot better than I did after ending last episode. A shootout win and then an overtime win, and we really struggled in overtimes last season. We were a little bit better in shootouts, but I still wouldn't say that was a strength of ours. So now we're 14 games into the year 3 season, and next episode we're going to have a sim episode and kind of work our way through November. We'll probably jump into the Islanders game here that we'll open with and just get like a look at them to see how they're looking after eliminating us last season. Of course, they're going to be one of our biggest teams we have to contend with right now. They're second in the Metro. We're first. We lead them by a point. The Rangers, the Hurricanes, the Blue Jackets are good, although it looks like the Devils and the Penguins might be on the downward slope, as well as the Capitals. The Flyers are going to be a little interesting, but I don't know if they're quite ready. So to end this episode, we'll just kind of scroll through some stats, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It was a good result here. And for those who have been following this expansion franchise all along, I really appreciate you. You kind of keep me going, and give me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have been paying attention this whole time. Let me know your impressions. I haven't really gotten much feedback on this series in a while, and that was actually Maki's second goal of the season. I'm sorry, I thought it was his first. So yeah, just let me know what you think. All feedback is good. Any constructive criticism. Look at Tom Wilson, 14 assists, and he leads our team with 9 points. What a tremendous start from him. His plus minus, we could not get positive last year. Now he's by far our leader at plus 10. So Tom Wilson, he is kind of leading the charge here for us in year 3, his second season as a member of the Hartford Whalers. But this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. As always, it's been real, and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.